where is the shadow inventory? There is a growing theme that the upcoming shadow inventory is going to hit the market. It is going to flood the market. Let's be very clear. Flood the market. It's going to overwhelm demand, and we are going to finally have the housing crash after 12 consecutive years of Crash Bros and Crash Sisters calling for it. So I thought we should talk about shadow inventory. I think there are some pockets of shadow inventory. I do think that some of them are overblown, but I think we should talk about it, guys. And I had my good friends Dion and Matt with me. Dion, how you doing?
Howdy, I'm doing great. I think our videos go very well when we're here, as opposed to Matt's channel, who just randomly keeps turning on every couple of months on a live stream and actually turns his camera on and you see an empty chair. It's amazing when it happens. But
what pisses me off is
topic.
like it gets more views than when I'm on.
That's the sad part, because all the comments. There's literally hundreds of comments going on when that happens.
Oh, it's dear God, that's so funny.
I'm looking forward to this topic because a lot of people reference the shadow inventory. What happens if a bunch of foreclosures came through and we had a flood of inventory? What if a whole bunch of people died because of the age or retired and downsized or whatever, and all of these inventory things come in? It's kind of like people saying people are getting laid off. People can't afford to buy a house. The government needs to lower interest rates, forgetting that we raised interest rates to cause those two things. So the Fed has levers. They pull different levers when they keep assets on their books, when they sell assets, when they raise or lower interest rates. Some of those levers hit both sides. So when we say, what about shadow inventory? What if there's a sudden surge of inventory? There would be a sudden surge in demand.
Yeah.
We're seeing a crash in transactions, not because buyers disappeared, because buyers had less buying power and inventory went away. The rate lock, it's more expensive to borrow capital to build. So, and then builders are having to make concessions right now. If you're a builder and you keep seeing videos on all of these builders selling their deals right now, have to buy your rate down, have to lower their prices. How many projects are you planning for next year?
No, it's not coming.
Right.
Yeah. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I mean, my take on this is like what you and I talked about. I did a video on it, the Airbnb bust, right? Everyone's like, oh, Airbnb. You talked about it a little bit with your on your Meet Kevin interview, which was absolutely amazing, that you guys should totally check out and make sure that you're commenting on the video there, because quite frankly, Zoob's got the most street cred of any of the guests he has on when it comes to actual real estate investing. So the key in looking at Airbnb is that it's like your real estate market. It is hyper local. It's hyper local. There's going to be units, there's going to be places that outlaw, and then there's still going to be people that are going around it, because you know what the fees are? They're a joke. They're like, if we catch you, it's $500. Oh my word. I made that in one night stay, so I'm kind of good. And so as people look at it, the Airbnb fallacy is exactly that. There's going to be markets that get hit with it. It's likely going to be, in all honesty, it's likely going to be in blue versus red markets. That's what I've seen so far based on my study. I just like to look at that stuff because does it show a trend? The trend does show it's blue markets mostly.
Yeah.
So as they continue to outlaw that, like something like 2% of Las Vegas's Airbnbs are actually registered Airbnbs. 2%. They have 3 people in the enforcement office. Good luck. Good luck. It's what you call a unfunded department.
Yeah.
And so I think that this shadow inventory, I look at Airbnb, that's the one that I hear the most often.
Yeah.
And it's going to come in some markets, but it's not going to come fast. And likely there will be some transition to rentals, because I still get 200 inquiries on every rental I post.
Yeah.
The last 3 places I rented, I didn't even need to advertise.
Wow.